Hey guys, I'm Glitter Valkyrie, and Happy New Year to everybody. We are going to kick off the new year by summoning on the Like Clockwork banner, and I am really hoping that we can get the duo today. So we will talk about these characters as we go along, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I think the plan for today is going to be to pull full circles just for efficiency, but if we do get the duo relatively early, I am not going to go to Spark just because we do have another banner coming in like a week, and really the duo is the one that I want the most on this banner, so I will be really happy if we can get them. But I have talked about this in previous videos before, how much I love Dagger, and I was just so excited that she was added as a duo unit. I think she is so incredibly funny. I really love her design, and I also think that they are going to be so very powerful as a duo in Fae. I am a little bit scared of what summoner duels are going to turn into with that Pathfinder skill, but you know, the book 3 and below option does exist, and personally I do find a lot more joy in playing that mode now, so I guess that's what I'll do if it gets too gross. But the duo is definitely who I want to get the most, but I'd also be really happy to get a liar, and that is just because she is an adorable cat. She has a Ranulph puppet, and I really wish that he were on this banner, but he is still kind of there with a puppet, so I'm really hoping that we can get her too. And as for the other two on the banner, I'm going to be perfectly honest, I do not have any attachment to Regan or Fafnir. And so while I'm excited for all the people that love them, if I don't get them, I will not be upset at all. But I will pull full circles just for efficiency's sake if we need to. So I know that's super short, but I guess that does cover everybody on the banner. I did pull on the Omega New Year's banner with my 10 tickets, and I did not get a duo peony like I wanted, but I did get a Charlotte, so I did want to share that too. So yeah, that's really everything that I wanted to talk about. So we can probably answer some viewer questions now. And as always, if I did not get to your question, I'm so sorry. I will try to answer in a future one. And if you think of a question you want to ask me, just leave it in the comments with #question, and I will put your question on my list. So our first question today comes from Bob the Hobo is Cool, and they ask, who has your favorite Three Houses time skip glow up aside from the Lords? Okay, so in terms of design, I think that the one that jumps out to me first is Leonie. And that's just because her pre-time skip really didn't stand out. And when I saw her time skip design, I was like, oh my goodness, she's beautiful. So I really think they did a good job with her glow up with the time skip. So design-wise, I would say her. But in terms of like characterization and personality, I would have to say my answer would be Marianne. Because she starts out as someone who really has such a low opinion of herself and is so shy and scared of everything, and she finds her confidence and makes her way in the world, and I just love her transformation. And so I think that in terms of characterization, she has the best glow up. But thank you for that great question. Oh my goodness! I think that was a lucky question. That is a Ryoma. That is absolutely amazing. Oh gosh, I'm so excited to see him. A New Year's lobster. Okay, let's check IVs. And he is plus HP. That is going to be a merge for me. Partly because he has like 0 fodder, but also because I really like Ryoma, and that is Matt Mercer. So that is absolutely amazing. So thank you, Bob the Hobo is Cool, for that very lucky question. So let's go ahead and answer another one, and this comes from Starflame34. And they ask, what do you think of Genshin's main story so far, and do you think Paimon should talk less and the Traveler should do the talking? Okay, so I am actually very into the story for Genshin. I love the lore and just kind of digging in and finding little pieces here and there and trying to figure out what's going on in the world. And I'm so intrigued by all the Archons. And kind of what I'm thinking right now is that the Tsaritsa has a good reason for doing what she's doing, and she's not necessarily evil. And I also think that Paimon is evil. I've thought it since the beginning. So I'm really excited to find out more about the world and the lore, and overall I really do like it. And as for the Traveler talking more, I would love for that to be the case, because I feel like they do have some voice lines, and so they're not like a completely silent protagonist. And when they do speak, it just feels really weird. So I'd love to hear them talk more, and they also have some really talented voice actors. So yes, I would love for them to take a more active role in the story. But thank you for those great questions. Okay, let's see if we can get a cat. Okay, 3-star. And we get a Chad. All right, so we'll pull these reds and we'll answer another one. And this question comes from Holy. And they ask, since you mentioned loving female legendary bylist art, I'm curious about your thoughts about the art in Fae in general. What artists or styles do you like and don't like? And how do you feel about some of the more controversial art, like Cubun's Duo Dagger, for example? Okay, so I think that the art in Fae is one of the best things about the game and a huge selling point. I love seeing like new interpretations of like old beloved characters, so it's a huge selling point for me, and I think that there's so much amazing art in Fae. But the artists that are hands down my favorite are Hako and Kipu and Amigaitaro and Azotaro. I think they're all fantastic. I guess I like some of those more like pastel, soft lines. But they're all so incredibly talented and really capture the characters that they draw. And as for like the controversial art, you know, for Cubun, I don't find it all that controversial, to be honest. I do think that for the most part, they do capture the characters that they draw. And that's usually the reason why I don't like art in Fae. It's if they don't capture the character. And like when I'm thinking about characters that I don't like their art, really only like 2 come to mind. And that is because I feel like they don't represent the character. And I guess I should like maybe have a disclaimer. I have 0 artistic ability. I can't even draw a stick figure, so I really shouldn't say anything. But the art that I really don't like in the game, I'm so sorry, but it's Resplendent Lucina and Bathhouse Camilla. And it's not even like because it's fan servicey with Camilla, it's just because it doesn't feel like Camilla for some reason. But overall, the art in Fae is absolutely fantastic, and I love it so, so much. But thank you for those great questions. And we get a toilet. All right, let's pull this last blue, and we can answer another one. And this question comes from Sovenar E. And they ask, if Fae were to give a free unit of any choice for Christmas, who would you select as your present? And you can choose either an existing unit or a new hero or alt or class that you wish in the game. So this is probably pretty predictable, but I would love to have a red Lara Shell. And even better if she would be like a melee dancer. And that's just because I want like all the colors for my Lara Shell emblem. So that would be the best gift for me. But thank you for that great question. All right, so let's pull this next green. Hopefully we can get the duo. If we get them here, I will stop. I will not go to Spark. Okay, 3-star. And we get a Lex. I'll take it. All right, so let's go ahead and answer another question. And this comes from Felipe Leon. And they ask, I've seen that you are playing Danganronpa with Speedy Hawk, so I will ask, what is your favorite character for each game and why? Okay, so yes, I have been streaming Danganronpa with Speedy. We do it every Wednesday, so come check it out if you want to see me like cry about a bunch of characters. But there are so many characters from that series that I love so much, and I definitely have some clear favorites. So I will remain spoiler-free, so no worries if you haven't played the game. But my favorite characters from each game for DR1 would have to be Kyoko Kiriyiri. I love that she is so capable, I love that she's loyal, and I really like her design. And I feel like the anime makes her even better. So yeah, she's definitely my DR1 favorite, but with Taka and Makoto as close seconds. And then for DR2, these characters are tied. I love them equally, and they are my favorite characters in the entire series. And that would be Gundam Tanaka and Sonya Nevermind. And I say them because they are the perfect pair. They are so much fun, and they just have really dynamic designs. I love their interactions. Like for Gundam with his adorable hamsters and all of his fun voice lines, and the fact that he's so smart, it just makes him so compelling. And for Sonya, I just identify with her so much. I love that she is the ultimate princess. I love her design. She's also very capable in her own right too. So yes, they are my favorite in the entire series. And as for DR3, my favorite, hands down, is Gonta Gokuhara. He's just the sweetest character. He has a heart of gold, and I love him so, so much. But thank you for that great question. Okay, please be the duo. It's Titania. All right, so I'm gonna back out. I want to see if we can get the duo. I guess we'll have to spark for them, but maybe we can get a liar here. So let's go ahead and answer another question, and this comes from Deanna Gamer Gaming. And they ask, who do you think has the most sad or tragic backstory in Three Houses? So there are a bunch of characters that do have sad backstories, but the ones that are the most compelling for me are Dimitri. I think that his childhood was so incredibly sad, and I love that he kind of rose above it. I also think that Dedu's backstory is pretty sad, and the other character that comes to mind is Lysithea. And it's part of the reason why I like her so much, because she has all these horrible things happen to her, but she doesn't let that stop her, and she rises above it, and she's so incredibly capable. And that's why I love that character so much. So yeah, those are the ones that come to mind first, but thank you for that great question. And we get another Rocher. All right, so I guess maybe we can try for this clutch Fafnir, I guess. Okay, 3-star. And we get a Seliph. All right, so we are at our 40, and we did not get any focus units, but you know what? The duo is who I wanted the most, so this is really okay. But I'm so glad that we can spark for them. Yay! Oh my goodness, Dagger is so adorable. I love that she is winking. That is so cute. And we get the thing. All right, so I think that we are going to end things here for now. I can't promise that I won't go back and try and break that pity at some point for a liar, but we'll just see how it goes. But I do want to thank everybody that submitted questions, and I wish you all the best of luck with all of your tickets. So as always, thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.